Hello friends, welcome to day 24 of the 2018 CorkEnvy Adult Beverage Advent Calendar series. Let's see what's behind our door today. And today we have a bottle of spirits. This is the Henry McKenna Bottled and Bond 10-year-old single barrel bourbon. I'm pulling this out today, friends, in honor of my old man who left us a little too early in March of 2017. I've been talking about Christmas memories, favorite Christmases past. So in that vein, that's why I pulled this booze out today. On the nose, it's a little alcohol-y, bottle's kind of full. Barreled and Bond, this is 100 proof, so yeah, a little more stout than your normal bourbon at 80 proof. That's fun. You definitely get that caramel. You get a little bit of a burn, not gonna lie. That's fine. It's delicious. But why this bourbon in honor of my old man? Well, growing up, you see I have this jug here. My old man had this jug of half-gallon empty jug of bourbon in our house growing up. My brother and I would keep our change in it before we rolled it up and took it to the bank. You know, for the $20 or so we could split a piece. Nice little cork. That's actually a pourer. I bought this off of eBay maybe a couple of months ago when I saw a fellow person on one of my social media groups ask about this particular jug, and I'm like, oh, I know all about that jug. It's amazing. So I had to order one. Hopefully this jug actually still exists somewhere in storage. I don't know if it does or not. If it does, I'm gonna claim it. But it made me think of my old man. And a couple years ago, before he passed, I told my old man, hey, remember Henry McKenna? And he goes, of course I do. I said, well, that's a thing now. And I found one of these bottles on the shelf and bought it, and we got to talk about it. So in that vein, today I'm talking about my old man and favorite Christmas memories that I've been asking all of you to remember. And you know, it's a sad time sometimes when we think about people who are no longer with us at Christmas, who love Christmas. I wouldn't have spent Christmas with my old man, more than likely. That wasn't the norm since we lived several states away. However, we would have talked beforehand about potential gifts for his grandkids and my nieces and nephews. And Christmas Day, we would have spoken, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, and we would have spoken after about how everyone loved gifts and what was going on. We probably would have talked about the Dallas Cowboys, who hopefully are going to end up in the playoffs this year. But these are things we talked about. And this time of year, it's a thing we all think about. Those who have left us, who loved Christmas. And obviously my old man was the most important man in my life. There are others, my brother, who's been gone for 9 years now. I wish I could have sat around and had a drink of this Henry McKenna with both of these men as adults. As it turns out, even after I discovered this bourbon was available and widely available again, I'd never had the opportunity to share a drink of this with my old man. But we did talk about it a lot. And I did get this great jug. And inside it said great jug. A couple weeks after I got it, I'm showing it off to someone and I discover inside 3 or 4 left in an old paper pack of Camel filter cigarettes, the Golds. Now my old man was a Camel smoker. He smoked the non-filters. But if they didn't have non-filters on occasion, he would just get the filter cigarettes and break the filter off of them, you know, like you do. And to me, it was just a bit of a weird send-up. I don't believe in, I don't know what I believe in, but that was a special thing for me. And I saw that a couple weeks after this got here. So I'm drinking this bourbon today, thinking about my dad and my brother, and the other great men in my life. My Uncle Robert, my Uncle Lloyd, my paternal grandfather, Durwood. Yes, his name was Durwood. He was born in the 20s, so, you know, whatever. All great men who influenced me. Other great men who influenced me, and maybe more my generation, men I served in the Marine Corps with. They were also great men, their fathers, my friends' fathers. But today I'm thinking about these great Christmas memories, and I've been asking all of you to do this as well. Share your favorite Christmas memories. So for me, for my old man, before we go, I'm going to share my favorite Christmas memory. It was the Christmas I was 15 years old. I wouldn't turn 16 until April. And it's Christmas morning and we're opening gifts. It's my mom and my brother and me and my dad. And I open car seat covers and cleaning supplies for a vehicle. Well, the big gift was actually in our back driveway. My old man had spent the last 8 weeks after buying a very cheap car for me, because he wanted me to have a car on my 16th birthday when I got my license 4 months later. My dad and my brother had spent time at his shop kind of refurbishing and painting what would be my first vehicle, which was a 1974 Chevy Vega. Yeah, I owned that car for about 20 months. I think it ran for about 6 of those. You had to, even though it was an automatic, put it in neutral and keep it revved at a stoplight so it didn't die on you. I learned a lot about carburetors in that 20 or so months, as far as how to adjust them. And sometimes if it got flooded, you had to have a screwdriver to keep the flap open so you could dry it out and start the car again. But it was really the thought that counted on that, and the fact that, you know, my old man wasn't gonna buy me a brand new sports car or a brand new anything at that point. You know, we made it by, but we weren't wealthy people. But he wanted to make sure I had a vehicle when I turned 16. And that memory for me is one of my greatest Christmas memories of my old man. So, in honor of my old man today, before I ask all of you, please share some of your favorite Christmas memories. They can be happy, they can be sad, they can be a little contemplative. Doesn't matter. I'm sad my old man's gone, but I'm glad I still have the memories of him. So in honor of that, I'm gonna drink this Henry McKenna whiskey as he would have, in shot form, followed by whatever beer you had around as a back. And for him, it probably would have been Coors. For me, it's Miller Lite today. I don't think remembering those who are gone, who loved Christmas and helped us celebrate Christmas, is necessarily a sad thing. I think it's a great thing to think about during this time of the year and try to carry on some of those traditions that we did with those people who are no longer with us, and that they would love, even if they're new traditions after the fact. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Hey, we'll see you tomorrow. Until then, be nice, be safe, and be happy. Cheers.